I am Prince Vegeta. Kneel before your god.
What's good, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Network, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out to continue doing what we love doing and bringing awesome content. Now, on with the video. Okay, yesterday we talked about training and how it could play an effective role in the future of this game. And if you missed that video, there's going to be a card that's going to pop up at the top probably now as I'm speaking. Click on that, watch the video, and then come back to this one because I'm going to tie them both together, okay? So today I want to talk about transformations. In recent Dragon Ball games, Xenoverse especially, transformations have missed the mark. And with transformations in the game, it's either a hit or it's going to be a miss. And when you look at transformations in the anime, you see that transformations make a significant difference. There is a noticeable difference from being base form to Super Saiyan. And when I'm talking transformations now, y'all, I am speaking mostly of Super Saiyan transformations unless otherwise noted. Okay. In Xenoverse, when I go base form into Super Saiyan, I don't notice a difference. I don't notice a noticeable difference. And especially going all the way up to Super Saiyan 3. There is not a noticeable difference. Now, yes, there is a difference. And if you go into training mode, you can see the difference in the attack powers, but it's not a huge difference. The last time I seen a significant difference in transformation was when I played Budokai 3. When I would go in my base form and I say I'm playing with Goku, from his base form to his Super Saiyan 4 form, there is a noticeable difference in the game. After that, I would have to say Rage and Blast with Super Saiyan 3. But I have to digress. I feel that this game needs to make transformations matter. And with it being an action RPG and praying to God it's a single player based game, because that is going to allow us to have more depth in this situation, transformations need to mean something. And the reason I say it needs to be more of a single player game, because if it is a multiplayer game, listen to me, if it is a multiplayer game, it is going to make it harder for them to make transformations work because of balancing issues. The reasons transformations don't really matter in Xenoverse is because people who play online against each other and get whooped up by somebody that transforms or something, they go and complain, and thus the developers have to go and balance the game out just to keep players playing. I don't like that. But if you put it in a single player game, who's going to complain about beating up on the computer? Nobody. Nobody's going to complain about a Super Saiyan transformation being OP in a sense. Nobody's going to complain about that. Now, this is going to be a series that's going to be more in depth because there's so much to detail about this. So if I go over on this video, y'all, I apologize, but it's so much information and so many possibilities. So from the single player aspect, transformations, in my opinion, should be overpowered. However, because they are so strong, you need to make it so that it is a buffer in a sense that you're not just flying through the completely flying through the game. So if I am transformed, then this is going to be contingent upon two things: your ki and your stamina, which I'm going to do in another video, probably the next video, talk about ki and stamina, because at the end, all of this is going to tie in with training, ki, stamina, and transformation. So, like true to the anime, when you would transform, and I talked about this in the last video, when you would transform for the first time or for the first couple of times, you weren't able to hold that transformation because of the enormous amount of strain that it put on your body. The reason Goku or even other ones in their first transformations were able to hold it for so long is because when they first transformed, they were angered, enraged. And when you're angry and rage, you have what they call adrenaline. And when you have adrenaline, you're able to do things for longer periods of time at better frequencies than you're able to originally when you're just at a normal state. So that's why they were able to hold it longer. But when Goku and Gohan go in the hyperbolic time chamber, Goku told Gohan, that it causes a lot of strain on his body, that they would essentially end up training in their Super Saiyan forms, sleeping and going about their everyday life in their Super Saiyan forms, so that their body would get acclimated to the the immense strain on their bodies from the Super Saiyan form, and thus it would end up what happened in the long run. It wouldn't cost them any energy to transform, and it wouldn't drain their stamina in their transformed state. Take that and put that into the game. How? By implementing training. I was thinking about having a upgrade system to where you get experience points, and I'm going to talk about this in detail in a later video as well. Experience points. Have experience that you get from battles, and have experience that you get from training. So what you would do on your skill tree is for your Super Saiyan skill tree, and this is something that they can take from Raging Blast. Remember in Raging Blast, when you would have, you could literally customize your base form, then you can customize your transformation states. So I could have different attacks and stuff on my base form, and then I can have different attacks and stuff on my transform state, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. All of them completely different. Bring that into this game, but bring in a skill tree to where when you have a transform state, such as Super Saiyan, you can spend experience points that allows your stamina to not go down as fast in your transform state. Okay, so let's say that they go the route to have both ki and stamina, as opposed to like Budokai 3 when they only had ki and your ki was your stamina and your ki, you know. But let's say that let's make it so that transformations are powerful, but they drain your stamina at a set rate. Okay, now to counteract that, you have to train, right? Because that's what they do in the anime. Goku and Vegeta can hold Super Saiyan forever if they wanted to, because they've done it for so long and trained in that state that it doesn't drain their stamina. Same way as Super Saiyan Blue at this point. They're able to hold it longer because why? They train in that state. Now, to make that realistic in the game, make it to where you get experience points in training and you get a different set of experience points in battle. So the two are different because they really are. Now, in your skill tree, in order to keep people from not training and being realistic to the anime, just, oh, I'm just fighting Super Saiyan in battle, I get the battle experience points and I just upgrade so I don't use as much stamina. No. There's no shortcuts here. If this is going to be an action RPG, we need to make this real to Dragon Ball. And training is essential, as I discussed in the previous video. So split up the XP. Have certain experience points that you get from battling and certain experience points that you get from training. And in the skill tree for Super Saiyan, for an example, have a tree in there, a level up, where you can decrease the amount of stamina that is used for that transformation. You could say 25%, it drains 25% less, 50% less, 75% less, and then have a top tier to where, say, it doesn't drain your stamina at all. Now, the way to upgrade that can only be from experience earned in training. That way, it stays true to the anime. You see what I'm saying? Because when they're in a battle, yeah, it's helping them, but they have learned already through training how to master that transformation. Now, you can, okay, say it takes so many training points and then so many battle experience points. You can do that as well, but the bulk of that needs to come from training. Okay? And to make it a grind, but make it a fun grind, and a grind, because like we said, with grinding in the game, it's either going to be fun and rewarding, or it's going to be long, boring, and not rewarding. So to make it fun and rewarding, the transformation, make it powerful, because then people are going to want to transform, because that is a staple of the game, of the anime, of the manga, of everything. Okay. And to also make it rewarding, you're able to stay in that state longer. And the person knows, the more that I train as a Super Saiyan, the more experience points I'm going to earn, the more I'm going to be able to stay in this form longer. So the payoff is huge. You see what I'm saying? And so I go into training, I'm getting those experience points, I'm leveling up my stamina in that for that particular transformed state so that I'm able to maintain it longer. But make it so that the very top tier that doesn't take any stamina, make it that it's I'm not going to say impossible to reach, but make it so that it is a challenge to reach and that it is rewarding for the players who put in the time to train their characters. Because then when you do that, you make it so that transformations are powerful, that they should be powerful. But the drawback is that if you don't train, it becomes true to the anime, true to the manga, that if you don't train, you're not going to be able to hold that transformed state for an extended period of time, i.e. Frieza, Golden Frieza, when he had found the new form. Yes, he was super powerful and he can do a lot of damage, but because he hadn't trained in that transformed state, he was not able to hold that transformation long and ended up losing the fight to Goku and Vegeta, who weren't as strong as him at that point in time. You see what I'm saying? So to reiterate that, to sum it all up, make transformations matter. Make transformations OP. They should be. They're transformations. You see what I'm saying? And each one should be significantly stronger than the previous one. However, each one should also take stamina faster at a significant rate. But to counteract that and to implement training and make it important, as well as immerse the character in the game more as an action RPG, make it so that when you train, you earn experience points for training. That you can go into the skill tree of each transformation and purchase an upgrade that would allow you that transformation to take less stamina, 25%, 50%, 75%, and then 0. But here's the thing. We know that Super Saiyan God is the ultimate transformation. It's going to take the most stamina, okay? So make it so that those transformations, the higher up transformations, require more training experience. You see what I'm saying? That way it makes it realistic. If you want to maintain a Super Saiyan God transformation, you have to first of all have fully upgraded the previous transformations stamina requirements that don't take any stamina. You see what I'm saying? So I'm base form. I go Super Saiyan. In my skill tree, it's taking stamina until I upgrade it all the way up to the point where it doesn't take stamina anymore. I go Super Saiyan 2. It drains my stamina. Now, in order for me to max out the stamina gauge to where it doesn't take stamina anymore, I have to first previously max out the stamina requirements for Super Saiyan not to take any stamina. You see what I'm saying? That would make it realistic to the anime as well, and it would prevent people from, well, I just want to go to the strongest part and max out the stamina there. That is completely unrealistic, because if you can't maintain Super Saiyan, how can you maintain Super Saiyan God? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So this system will implement this into the game, and that would allow it to make transformations be able to be powerful as they should be, but also come with the risk versus reward. If you put in the training to maintain that transformation, that is the reward. But if you don't put in the training and you're just going after transformations and trying to rush in and just defeat people all willy-nilly, then that's major risk, because you're not going to be able to hold that transformation for a long time. And when you lose that transformation, you become extremely vulnerable because you don't have stamina. Thus, you can lose the match. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Tune in for tomorrow's video where we will be discussing ki and stamina. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.